Hey, welcome everybody to Court of Blades. We are back for another session. Hopefully everybody's going to relieve a little bit of the stress that their characters took during the end of summer ball. Excuse me. Yeah, the end of summer ball where we were end of autumn ball, wasn't it? We're heading into winter. You guys are facing need to get rid of a bunch of stress. You have humiliated probably one of your greatest enemies nicely, and we'll see how some of that plays out. What I'd like to do then is move you across from this particular scene. Let me see if I can do that really easily. Bum, bum. Like this, to where we can talk about excuse me, downtime. And that's not where I wanted to put you at all. That's the orphanage, which you guys already dealt with. Like heroes. There you go. All right. So some of the things are a little bit covered up there at the bottom, the last couple of lines. I apologize about that. I'll figure that one out as I move along a little bit better. But we are to your payoff on this. Let's talk a little bit about that because you guys have well earned some payoff. So let us look on your character sheets. And we'll start with Pietro and see if you have what you've met for XP.
Okay. There we go. Right. So I addressed a challenge with expertise.
I think so.
Well, I think the plan to humiliate Moon de Lavelle was definitely an example of calculation and tinkering for the expertise.
I thought so. Absolutely.
I expressed my beliefs, drive, heritage, or background. Well, my belief in luxury. Well, what more can you ask for than a wildly successful party?
That was wildly successful. Very good. Take those XP.
That's 3. Struggle with issues from your indulgences or scandals. I don't think I can.
No, that's fine. 3 is pretty darn good.
Yeah. So 3 it is. Thank you.
Right. All right, Monty.
All character XP track.
Oh yeah. And you probably got some XP from Desperate Rolls as well.
Yeah, I don't know about me because I wasn't here, so I don't know.
Okay, okay, that's fair enough. Sorry about that. You let's bring up your character sheet though, and let's hit the questions, and we'll go through that.
Yeah. I'm sure he'll have been doing something, but yeah, what it was. Good question.
What the frick's that music?
Where's that coming from?
That.
From your Roll20.
From me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I had that issue. I was like, where is it coming from?
Excellent.
Pete, you need to go up into the cog and then go to your audio video and move the slider down if it's too loud.
Audio video. Master music, the volume level,
Yeah, that's it.
Turn it down to nothing.
There you go.
No, it's
going to feed back into the audio channel and all sorts.
It could. It could.
It could.
Let's not do that.
Well, they can't hear it anyway, so it would be the first time that they would hear the music.
Nice. Okay, so Monty, let's talk about your different ones really quick.
Yep. So just challenge with stealth.
I thought you were very stealthy at the party. I barely noticed.
Barely noticed her at all. Well played.
We did do the painted stripe on the back of the dress.
Yes, you did.
That was stealthy. That was going back a few sessions, but
that's part of it. That's part of the whole thing. Absolutely, that counts.
And/or perception. I think perception around dealing with the handmaiden or servant that wanted the dance, and thinking, yes, I perceive this may not go well if I.
Okay.
If I accept that.
Sure.
Heritage, belief, drives, and background. I'm not entirely sure about that one. Certainly certainly indulgences.
We definitely used your knowledge of canals and everything else with the setup for how you brought people to the party. So I'm happy with that.
And the location. Oh, that's true. Yeah, we did. We took them by boat, didn't we?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
So good.
And struggle with issues and indulgences or scandals. Well, we know Alaric's there. Where isn't Alaric?
Yeah, I know. Always is a bit of a problem, isn't he? So let's see here.
I should just shoot him.
Don't know if that was enough of a struggle this time. I think just his presence
we haven't really
bad.
interacted, have we? We just kind of, he's just there.
So let's say you got those three. That looks good.
Yep.
And then let's move to Sasha.
Okay. You addressed a challenge with pursuit.
Yes, you did.
Or observation. I think
yes, you did.
Definitely addressed a challenge with observation, observing a certain.
Yes. Absolutely.
So, yeah.
And then you pursued like nothing else. That was great.
Over the balcony into the dance.
Just like that. So very good. Those are good points.
And I think that was also addressing a struggle with my indulgence, because obviously that's fear for my indulgence in terms of Jorah's well-being and health that forced me to act in the way I did. So I think it's also addressing that you struggle with issues from your indulgences or scandals.
Got it. Okay.
You expressed your beliefs, drives, heritages, and all background. I don't know. I suppose. No, I don't know.
Let's. As I'm a generous guy, I think to some extent the fact that you.
Yeah.
Let's call your drives also like your paramour, because I think you took on risk and everything else because of that drive.
Yeah.
I'm comfortable with that.
Also, my determination to ensure we were setting up our security so firmly to ensure that other houses were not.
Absolutely.
The care and attention. Yeah. No. Okay. Yep.
I'm happy with that.
I think those three.
Absolutely. Well, let's see here. That gets all of you that are here. Felix may be able to join us later. We have saved a spot for him, and he said he may be able to join us later. Let's take a look at influence. So you get 2 influence per Aaron by default. Okay, and we will say that the tier that you were having to deal with, some of these upper level families, so you get an extra influence because of dealing with them. So you're at 3. And then, let's see. I'm going to set the overall influence, which those others will be added to. I'm thinking it's 4 influences covering a significant social gaffe or exposing a rival's shame. I think that's where we sit. That's 4, 5, 6, 7 total influence for the coterie. And there's going to be on your coterie experience points for your coterie as well that we'll need to look at. And then as far as favor, drawn from other factions. Let's see here. I'm going to let you guys have one favor with the ruling house. So that's House Corvetto, because I think there is a perception, at least from the highest Lord Corvetto, old Granddad Corvetto, that you guys are doing him at least a favor or trying to help him out. Okay.
So let's divvy up the influence first. So how much total influence was it?
Total influence was 7.
Okay, so how about we put 2 into the coterie and have 1 each individual.
Fair enough.
So that puts the coterie on maximum.
Okay.
I already had the coterie at maximum.
I had the coterie at 3.
No, we'd spent down some of it.
Have we?
Okay, that's fine. So we're max on coterie, and then
1 each, yeah.
And then 1 each. So that puts me to 2 influence. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Gonna hit you guys with 2 exposure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Okay.
let's put us up to 4.
All right.
That's what I've got.
So you still have no shame, so to speak.
Yes.
That's funny.
I know how the hell that's happened with me in the party. I honestly do not know.
Well, clearly
Yeah.
we've shifted all the shame onto you.
Yeah.
Not
Now,
the coterie.
Mocklin, did we not do your experience points? Did I skip you somehow?
No, you did skip him.
How in the heck did I do that? Sorry.
That's all right. So yes, I did. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Hell yes, I did. And being buggered up the rear end. Oh hell yes. So I think I get around about 60 XP for that.
I think you'll get your 4 because you.
Yeah,
unlike
that's
the
what I
rest of them-
figured as well. So I've already marked them off.
Very, very, very good.
But yes, I did do the. I did do each one because yeah, fucking witch. Yes. So I'm all good on that one. Yeah. Unless you want me to talk through why I thought I did them.
I'm not going to make you do that just for sake of time. I think
Yeah, cool.
that
Perfect.
it might be interesting for folks to, because we did have some audio problems and things like that, if you guys would volunteer to sort of step forward here and talk a little bit about the ball itself and what roughly occurred. I'd appreciate it in succinct. So let's pick on Martin to talk a little bit about how your plan was at the beginning.
Yep. We wanted a secure location because we knew that something was going to go down. We were debating whether we invite Lavelle at all, and we decided that we would send an invite. Otherwise, that would be a bit of an option. But yes, we got them there by boat, and we decided to embarrass Moon by staying in the seat, and that went well. And then yeah, we got everybody in. There was some. I think she tried to poison everybody with cakes or buns or something, but we managed to avoid that so far. I think I don't remember a great. After that, I kind of went into the background. I just maintained an eye over the party itself without getting too heavily involved. One thing I will just quickly mention is the character XP. I filled the track, so I went for I know this tune from the key. I went for the ability from another playbook option.
Very good.
So now I can always tell when someone's lying to me.
Wow, that's great. Absolutely.
Fits in with the whole
yeah, that's nice.
knowledge and
I like it.
observation stuff. So hopefully that
I like it very much.
So we'll see how that goes next time we talk to Alaric.
Oh yeah,
I was thinking about that one, but
very
beat me
good.
to it.
And also, I filled the XP tracker as well on my character, so I
okay.
have taken baited and set.
Okay.
Yeah.
What does that do?
So you are a master planner.
Yeah.
Gain 1 free flashback and take +1 effect when setting or having set a trap.
Whoa. Okay.
How many bunnies can you get with
set
that?
an awful lot of traps
Wow.
around. So I thought that might be quite useful.
I like it. Very, very good. Pietro, do you want to jump in and talk a little bit about the beginning of the party? You brought everybody into one building and snuck them to a different building so that people could not plan to mess up the ball. And how did that go?
Yeah, so sorry, what was that one again? I thought was that about the traps?
What about using a decoy building where we was?
That was it. Sorry, yeah. So we sort of set up we had 2 buildings close together, one of which was supposedly the location of the party. But then what we did was, once people were in there, we then surreptitiously moved all the stuff over to the other building where the actual party was going to be held. So yeah.
Very
That's
good.
just it. We don't know. And obviously we also had the issue with the caterers.
Yes.
I think, didn't we?
Yes. We had last minute. There was a hint that there was possibility that someone was going to mess with the baked goods, and you guys last minute were able to overcome that possible obstacle and reorder and with great rush and everything else that was taken care of. That was very good. So, what are some of the?
That.
Go ahead.
That movie. What's that movie where they're in a forest and then they sit telling stories with a torch shining up at their face?
Is that not also like a scary movie or The Ring or something?
No, the witch one.
Blair Witch Project. Oh my!
Blair Witch Project. I think Felix is partaking of the Blair Witch Project.
Yeah. I'm just wondering whether that's actually a pink something or other, or whether he's showing flesh.
I don't know.
I just have no idea.
I'm just hoping there's not a hole in his pocket. Hey, there he is.
We can.
Yes, we can. Hey, Felix, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Hey, we're just. Go ahead.
You're streaming me, so I better not talk.
Oh, okay. We'll.
I'll join you in a bit. We're just gonna get some pudding.
All right, no problem. We'll get to your stuff when you get to your stuff. No problem. It's downtime,
pudding,
so
right?
it makes it easy.
I was very complimented to say, Lorenzo magnificently spiked Moon de Lavelle's drink with a laxative.
Oh
yes.
Yeah. Oh, we did, didn't he?
An explosive laxative. That's what I was going to sort of do is say, hey, what are some of the things that happened at that particular ball?
Yeah.
There's a couple of.
What did? That's a better question.
You haven't described what happened with Moon de Lavelle.
We'll get there. I'll wait until you're back.
Yeah, so Moon de Lavelle left black and brown.
Yes. Very, very embarrassed. But what are some of the things that happened at the ball that you maybe weren't expecting? There is a plot. There was a plot afoot that had to do with Mocklin.
Yes. Yeah. The
wedding plot.
the engagement.
Ah.
Corvetto is being blackmailed. His wife, it appears, or we believe, has been kidnapped by Moon de Lavelle, and she is blackmailing him to arrange a marriage between her and Mochlin, who is now, let us not forget, the heir.
That's true.
To a rather nice source of income within the city.
Mm-hmm. I think we should start a rumour going around and basically have her given a new nickname, Moony Shitbritches.
Don't you think that's a little bit too long? I think just Shitbritches will do.
Oh my. That's
SB
funny.
for short.
So there was at least one awkward dance with that ended very badly for her, as the betrothed, because Mochlin actually accepted the betrothal. Whoa, pretty crazy.
Yeah, it was the lesser of the two evils. I either accept it or I have to go on a bloody run.
Ah, yeah, that would have sucked.
You really think there's going to be a wedding? There ain't going to be no wedding. She isn't going to be allowed to get to any wedding.
Yes.
Well, if only I wasn't faithless, and then I would actually believe you, Sasha.
Very, very good. So that particular plot is still apace, as far as we know. Where we're picking up tonight is the next day. You guys, in the wee hours of the morning, as you supervise the last of the guests who have left, you have you watched happily as Moon de Lavelle and her retinue retreated in disarray, is the best way to say it. And that was fairly early in the night. Other members of the Lavelle family seemed to be not as pleased with how that went down. Not at you, but at maybe her. You get the impression that the young cadet is not pleased with her. I think you have heard that also from your spy.
Good. Very good. Do we want to do the... when do you want to do the flashback about the traps in the...
So we will end with you moving back to the house. I think Monty's probably at the gondola tiller and is pushing you guys through a canal. You are relaxing finally at this being over. And
I think I ate something that disagreed with me. I've been in the bathroom all day.
And
stuff got right through you.
Very, very good.
I'm comfortably at the tiller.
You round into one of the larger canals, and you can see the house ahead. It's fairly well lit up as there are people arriving that were at the ball. And you guys enter, go up to your apartments. I would say that each of your rooms has windows, and that sort of your common area at the end of the hall also has windows on 3 sides. However, your apartments have windows on one side and a hall running up the other.
I think before we get back to the house, there does seem to be something that Mochlin would like to do. It's in
No, it's fine. It's a lead up to a downtime thing. So I just wanted to type what I would like to do before we move on. So basically, I wanted to escort Grandad Corvetto out to the gondola, and whilst I'm walking him out, I'm going to set up a play date for me and him to go to the music hall to listen to around about 6 hours of music, opera, and all the rest of it as part of my downtime.
I like it
because there's things we need to discuss whilst I jab a knife in his guts. I mean, no, joking.
He says to you, he says, I would. He's leaning on you fairly heavily. He says, I would expect you would prefer one of more of a comedy. There's supposedly a new one that's going to be starting up quite soon.
Would you wish to go, sir?
I think I would really like that. Someone that at least has a sense of humor.
I shall make it so.
And
I shall make it so.
Wonderful.
And I give him a wink.
And he names a date in the not too distant future that is the opening night. That he has, of course, a box for this. It is the College of Satire will have a play.
Okay.
Very, very slapsticks here. Okay.
Not starring anybody we know, then.
Yeah, I know. Yes. Very good.
Oh, can you imagine the scandal if anything happened to me whilst I was with him?
My.
Oh no, I've just put a thought in Anthony's head. Grandad Corvetto's dead, me covered in blood, and I'm going,
no!
I only asked him if he farted.
Yeah, oh my. Very, very good. Okay, so we are now back at the place.
Yeah.
The window to Machlin's room when he goes in has a decent amount of blood on the trap.
God, I knew it. I'm going to be pinned for this one.
Nope. It looks like someone attempted to come through the window and receive the brunt of the trap. There's not a dead body. You're not seeing that.
Finger? Just a little finger. Go on. Just a little one. How about the little finger?
I think that the amount of blood you see, you think that you probably at least scored like hand and palm up down to the bone. And somebody is going to have to be getting some serious work done on their hands. Absolutely.
Yeah, but that blood's going to come in very handy, isn't it?
Ah, there is blood there.
Somebody want to do blood magic?
Now Pietro's in on the bandwagon. Jeez. I just can't get away from this. Too much encouragement for blood.
Very, very good. So with that said, we can either do something with that, or we can just move into our downtime activities and knock some of this out. So maybe Machin has some stress-free to do this towards the end of the game. Thoughts? Monty.
I'm going to get a vial. I'm going to get a vial or something that's not had liquor in it or something like that.
Okay.
And I'm going to try using an implement of some sort or paper. If there's any congealed blood or anything like that, I'm going to try and get it into the vial, and then I'm going to put a stopper on it, and I'm going to hide it away for safekeeping.
The carpet that runs right up to the wall is spongy and wet. When you press down on it, you're able to get enough liquid blood to go right into that bottle. Okay.
Yeah.
Very good.
So
perfect.
Do we think that the person managed to get into the room and get anything out, or is there blood in the room, or did they leave immediately? They got hit with the trap.
It looks like they left immediately.
Excellent.
You're not seeing drips anywhere else across the room. Nothing appears.
Go
ahead.
I lift the mattress up to my bed. Are both the collars there?
Yes. Yes, they are.
Okay, I take them out. Go over to Pietro. I go, maybe you have a turn this time.
Okay. I'm going
I'll let you
to
hide them.
I'm gonna craft an extremely. In actual fact, I'm going to put these things beyond use. Do we see any need for us to use these things?
Yeah, when I'm not fully stressed, I need to use magic to trace the ley line from the collar back to the person who's controlling it.
Okay, so
I've not had the time to do it because I've never had free stress.
That doesn't hurt my feelings. This is good.
So whenever Pietro's feeling a bit bored, he works on tinkering all sorts of traps and things for his lockbox that he has. It's basically a safe.
Very good.
With extreme locks, traps, all sorts of nasty things.
Very good.
So he's going to put them in there.
Very, very good.
Nice
All
and
right,
safe.
Monty, let's jump to you. And you have some downtime activities. What's your first one?
This is a good question. I think he's gonna go and train.
Very good.
Gonna go out and try some flexing and kind of like some what's the word? Acrobatic sort of stuff. He's gonna talk. Yeah, talk. He's gonna talk to He's gonna talk to Lorenzo a little bit and talk about how some of the movements and shapes and things that he does as part of his
his activity,
part of his show. Yeah, to try and get a bit more flexibility in the in the old body.
Absolutely, and that will give you a dot. And what are you aiming for?
In maneuver and body.
Okay, and body. Very good. All right. You were
Body and
successful
body,
with that. You spend some time out with Lorenzo that next following day. I don't know exactly where you guys do this, but it doesn't particularly matter. I would say that probably you went to your new area that the house has, which is the vine, and there are in between the vineyard, the lines of grapes and things like that. You guys did some calisthenic, etc. Very good. All right, let's jump up to Sasha. What's your first one?
I also would like to do a bit of training. Actually, I think I want to do a little bit of training command.
Okay.
Again, so, I'm also looking at.
And remember, your training goes into the top piece that's across. So like body. Yeah. Okay. So what are you gonna do?
Well, I'm also looking at getting myself a little hunting companion. And I was thinking probably a little whippet or something handy to sort of run around, deliver messages where I need it, and sort of handy little companion to warn me of things coming, perhaps to give me a little bark. And so I thought maybe some training with a little whippet that I've managed to secure as a hunting companion.
I'm happy with that, and pretty much any basic commands that you would be able to give a dog, we'll start working through those. So you have procured yourself a whippet that you can name and take out with you as you so choose. And it seems to be a real good judge of character and barks at would-be pickpockets and things like that. So already some positives.
Lovely.
Very good.
So obviously I'm going with the basics at the moment, sort of fetch and retrieve and just sort of general, as you say, stay, sit, commands with it at the moment, just to try and
Okay. And you get your dot. And yes, you have a very well trained dog. All the basic commands you can do at this point, and we'll.
I haven't yet tap dance. I'll be looking to Felix for some help on those sorts of
Yeah.
instructions.
Yeah, Gary. Yeah, little Johnny's falling down the well.
Tail or
Yeah, little switchblades. Yeah, switchblade, razor blade attached to the tails. Yeah.
Little saddle for a monkey.
There we go. Oh, what could go wrong?
And a little lance and a shield.
Very
brilliant.
Very good.
Just watch it.
I'm getting
All
elaborate
right.
flashback.
Cosimo. Excuse me, not Cosimo. Let's see here. Pietro, what do you want?
He's in the infirmary, isn't he?
Pietro's going to.
Go ahead.
Pietro's just going to do some spirit training.
Okay. And how do you do that?
Just general socialization. Oh, XSplit.
That's sort of weird. I
When
don't
you
know
say
why that just
spirit,
popped in.
you mean alcohol? Yeah, maybe a bit of brandy and whiskey.
Well,
and...
there probably will be that involved in the socialization, I would imagine, yeah. Yeah. Maybe a wine tasting.
Ooh. Okay. Let's do that. The camera picks up as you enter a long, low building in the theater district, and are enjoying a wine tasting. There's numerous of the younger generation of many of the noble houses you see represented amongst those who are there, and you are enjoying yourself thoroughly as you are training yourself even more. I will tell you that in the group and moving towards you carefully is your spy in House Lavelle.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I won't say anything or acknowledge them other than the normal way I would greet a stranger at one of these events.
Congratulations, I must say, he says to you. Yes, we can. You're on. You're good.
Yeah, we can.
There you are.
Says, it's you had a great successful ball. Very well done.
Thank you. Yes, we were pleased with it. I think it ended the season nicely.
It's had more effect than that. He sort of says quietly.
Do tell.
Says a certain friend of your team's has been exiled from the city.
Really?
Yes. And has, for an indeterminate period, for shame, has taken a group with her of her retainers. But I don't know this new person who's taken the place there.
Where might she have gone?
Sorry, can I just ask a quick question before you... Sorry to jump in. It's definitely shame, yeah? Because if she's been shamed, she's out of the game and she's dead.
Well, I'm not saying shame like that.
That's not...
right, okay. I just wanted to make sure, because that's what I was leading up to with my fourth indiscretion, with my fourth scandal, you see. So yeah. Okay, I do apologise.
I would say that she has taken a scandal upon herself, if you want to use those terms. Yes, Felix.
When I try and every time I log into Roll20, I'm getting this very exuberant music.
Yes. So there's a cog on the top right. If you click that and then go to your audio settings and turn it all the way off or turn it down.
Cog top right.
Of Roll20.
Yeah, I'm just launching it again now because it's very distracting.
Very good.
Yeah, we've all been through
through this. Yes. And I'll pay for it later.
Put it rumbling away in the background.
Yes.
The music.
Yeah.
Okay. He says, I do know the name of the new person serving in that spot.
Oh,
And he
excellent.
looks at you. This gentleman goes by de Lavelle, Cosimo de Lavelle.
Oh,
I suppose I'll be working with him a little.
mm-hmm.
You're joking, right?
Sadly, you're not there.
Seriously? Oh God, I'm going to marry into a mass murderer. Oh, jeez. Okay, I'm going to go back into my quiet, contemplative spot.
Well,
He
do
says,
keep it.
absolutely.
Yeah. Sorry, you was going to say something.
Yes. He was just recently interviewed. A gentleman goes by the name Hesperides. Does that ring a bell?
Yeah. Yes.
Well, I guess that's all the small talk I have. This is really a delightful wine. And
How did
congratulate you again on your very successful ball. He does his polite bow. And
Thank you.
unless you want to ask him or say something else, he's going to fade into the crowd.
No, that'd be okay. Yeah, thank you.
Very good. Okay, you get your point. And you also
Thank
get
you.
some information.
Yeah.
I'm going to jump real quick to Felix. I'd like you to bring up your character sheet, Felix, and give us your XP triggers, please. And you are frozen there, young Felix.
Yeah, I'm not frozen. I'm
Okay,
here.
there you go. If you don't mind telling us what your XP triggers are, and we'll award those like we have for everybody else.
At the end of each session, for each item below 1 mark, you addressed a challenge. So are we in downtime now?
Yes, sir.
So has the ball finished?
Yes, sir.
You haven't described what happened to Moon de Lavelle.
We ended with the sound of it happening.
Okay. So you addressed a challenge with evasion.
Let's see.
And or mayhem.
I think you caused mayhem. Absolutely.
Caused mayhem.
Monkey mayhem, definitely.
Monkey mayhem. Explosive diarrhea mayhem. Absolutely. All the things that we love so much in this game. Monkeys and diarrhea.
You expressed your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background. Well, I did express my beliefs and my backgrounds to my other half, who I met at the.
Okay, absolutely.
My other
half.
What's her name? Madonna, whatever her name is.
Yes, absolutely.
You struggled with issues from your indulgences or scandals.
I'm not seeing that, because even though you wound up seeing your paramour, you didn't struggle with it that I saw.
You involve a pet in your act of vengefulness.
What? Is that really on your...
I didn't put that there, but it's definitely there.
You definitely used a pet in type of things you were doing. You actually cut or pricked, so to speak, one of your main enemies.
So I got 3 XP.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good.
Cool.
And you were given some influence by the party, and the XP for the coterie is at a different level, and we'll let the folks just type that to you in chat so that you can change those on your character sheet.
My influence on the main character sheet is already full.
Can
I spend some of it if I've got a spare?
Absolutely. keep that what you've got right now because you may use it for an extra action during downtime. Okay. So we're going to go to Sasha's first downtime activity. Is that correct? We haven't touched yours
no,
yet?
we've done mine.
You've done yours.
No, we've touched mine. Done mine. I did the training.
You did
of
the
my,
training.
new little hunting companion.
Very good. So I'll jump up and hit Rob. Our
What do you want to hit me for? I'm already taking enough social damage as it stands.
So what would you like to do?
Okay, so if the comedy thing is still a few days away,
yes,
then the first thing I would like to do is I need to see Ruby.
Very good. Very, very good.
Okay, so I think that's more important. So I'm going to go and see her, and then depending on how that goes, I'll either be going out for dinner and the theatre with her, or I'll be getting shit-faced drunk at the theatre, watching it all on my own.
There is a pre-show of the very show you're going to see this in a couple of days. So if you wanted to preview it and make sure it was suitable, I'll let you. You could do that. But what I'll do is first, where is Ruby? I think that she's probably at the job you just got her. Is that correct?
What job did I get?
Is she not working at a specific orphanage?
Yeah, didn't you get the job of matron of the orphanage?
Yes.
I thought that was Monty's missus.
No.
Oh, okay. I can't remember that.
Pretty sure. Monty, do you agree?
We did mention possibly getting Andrea a position at the orphanage. I don't think it's been discussed in downtime yet.
So I don't want to throw that out there. I was remembering it that way. If you can check your notes and see, if not, you can see her.
Yeah, Pete's the best one for that, I think, because I've got nothing on notes with reference to Ruby and orphanage. I remember Monty's missus because we needed to give her a stable income, whereas you see, because everybody knows Pietro's missus, everybody knows. Loosely, actually, nobody knows Lorenzo's missus. Everybody knows Monty's missus, and most of the team know of Sasha's highlight.
Very good.
But only Pietro knows about Ruby.
Okay.
Because he's actually met her, and I've kept her away from the social and everything else because of everything.
Very good.
So I didn't want to put her in the limelight. But if anyone can tell me that that's actually wrong and it was the other way around, then I'm all happy for that. In which case, I'll go to the. I think she would actually be at the restaurant cocktail bar.
So she's actually changed. She's changed restaurants since last time you've seen her. And this was the time that she actually was waiting table as Pietro was there.
Yeah.
She had, as many waiters and waitresses and bartenders do, she's found one that's got slightly better pay, not two or three blocks further down. What's the name of this restaurant then, Mocklin?
Mocklin's Revenge. Sorry, Topa's Revenge.
Topa's Revenge, huh?
No. Topa's Delight. There you go.
Are you a patron of this establishment of some sort?
No, they just it was originally owned, I would imagine, by Garnetine, and the Topa family has been on the crown in Garnetine for eons. So
I like it. So
yeah, so either or Garnetine Delight or the Shining Garnetine, or Topa's Delight or something like that. You know.
Okay, so you settle
I'll
on it.
Let you choose.
You settle on it, and
Topa's Delight.
Topa's Delight. And what type of food is traditional Garnetine? Can you describe a dish?
Seafood, crab.
Oh,
crab.
I bet.
Walking shellfish with large pincers.
And great abs.
Monty's never going there.
Yeah. So absolutely specializes.
Yeah,
in
no, it's seafish. Yeah, it's seafish, and it's found more towards the although it's in the lower area of the city, as in monetary wise, it's actually a very plush, well-to-do place because the food is absolutely exquisite, and it's closer to the docks and the shore than it is to where the theatre places are. A little bit more travel for her, but you can come in off the thing. The seafood is absolutely fresh. So I would say it's more or less. You see where the Vine is and the Ladies' Own. There's a bridge going over there.
Yeah.
So if you follow that bridge or cross over from the Vine over the bridge, there's a wall rampart.
Yes.
That's up around there. So I would say that it would be roughly around about there-ish, so that getting cattle in, because they also do beef and chicken and things like that. But the seafood is what it's renowned for, because it's right next to the ocean import for that type of stuff in the catch. They've always got a catch on the day, and they also do catch of the day pies as well.
Wonderful.
Steeped in ale and things like that. So it's really nice. It's not like pie and mash up down Brick Lane.
Very good. So you're at a table. She is your waitress, but she sits down next to you and says, "I can go off the clock."
Do you want to eat with me?
It looks good.
Have you eaten yet?
Nope. Missed breakfast.
What? Hang on. So I lean round, right, and I look at her full on, arm over the side of the chair, and I go, "Head waitress, and you've not tried the food yet."
Oh, I've tried some of the food. I've tried some of the food. Mocklin.
Okay. All right.
You silly dog. You silly dog.
It's okay. Yeah. Just how about you come and eat and finish if it's okay with the owner, and then we'll eat, and then we'll go off. I don't mind waiting.
Wonderful. So you have dinner. Do you want to catch that showing that's just for like members of the Actors Guild and patrons of the arts and
no
the pre? Okay, you're gonna do something else.
Yeah, I'm just going to go and have a listen to some music, like the opera or something like that, because it is still part of the arts. Yeah, I don't want to spoil because if I see something and there's only one decent joke in there, I want to make sure I laugh at the right moment.
Perfect.
Rather than it being false, because I don't want that scandal.
I like it. Okay, so you move down from the Ladies' Own. And you can follow just the road that goes straight across the bridge down past the Groan and turns into the Rose. And there is a small theater that has some chamber music that they are putting on. And with that, you can go ahead and do some de-stress. Let's make those rolls. So
I can use channel or command for that, can't I? It's my highest one, isn't it?
It's body, spirit. It's whichever one you have the lowest in. You get as many dice as there are in that. Okay. Here it rolls.
1,
Look at
2, 3,
that.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that leaves me with 2 again.
Wow. Nice roll.
Okay. Thank you very much. Oh, and whilst I de-stress, as I'm sitting listening to music, and I've got Ruby on my arm. Well, I'm actually leaning into her. I've decided I'm going to lean into her, and as I lean into her, little flames of wings come out of my butt.
We're rolling the
six. I am perfectly. Sorry.
Are you going to pay for that chair?
Very, very
I'll
good.
take 2 stress. Right, I'm going to use an influence to roll again.
Nice.
No, I'm joking. And once I'm leaning into her and we're listening, I go, look, this is a perfect opportunity to tell you what's going on. You're not going to like it, so please don't cause a scene. And I give her a run through of the situation that I've been put in. I tell her about my my family. I tell her about my coronation that's going to be coming up if I survive. I tell her that I'm for the right reason, I've agreed to marry the wrong person.
Wow.
And I'm also going to ask her if she would be my wife for real. So Moon can have the title, but she will be she will share my bed and my life.
Wow.
And would she be happy for that, or would she prefer it if I bumped Moon de Lavelle? Sorry, if I removed the Queen to be, and would she settle for a life with a crown?
Okay. What do you think is the optimal answer? What is the one you're hoping for?
Okay. So she looks at me.
Oh, I'm not saying that's what's
And
going to
her
happen.
eyes narrowed. Her eyes narrow.
Oh yeah.
Can I actually role play out?
No, what I'm asking you, what do you think is the best option? And I'll tell you what she says.
Well, I think the best option is that she's absolutely smitten with me. She knows what I'm actually like, etc., etc. But because she knows that with the crown on the head, I'm going to have to do things that, if I'm called upon, that won't sit right with me as a person. Like this whole wedding, I'm doing it for the right reason, but I'm not doing it for me. So, and I think that she will actually decline and get up and storm out, possibly even slap me round the face.
So that's the way I'm leaning right now, because we know Ruby. She doesn't put up with a lot of crap. She stands gracefully. In fact, you can tell it's extra gracefully. And then she delivers you the slap you're expecting, which you can choose to dodge, or you can choose to accept like a man.
I'll take it like a man.
Absolutely. So whack. She says, I may not be able to do that to a king. She leans in, kisses you on the top of the head, says, I got some things to think about.
I understand.
And then...
And even if I am a king, you can slap me whenever you like, and I give her a wink.
She nods. She says, and then she goes into her waitress spiel and takes your order and walks away.
Oh, I thought we were actually at the theatre. Listening to the
no,
music.
No. You're listening to music. Listen to music.
Yeah,
oh,
sorry.
I'm so sorry.
She goes into waitress mode and says,
no.
And what would you like to eat?
No.
So I can spit it down you.
No, and so she does not walk away. She slaps you and then just turns back to her seat. She and sits quietly watching the show. But she appears a little cold.
Yeah, I kind of like sit rigid straight and what have you. We'll finish the thing and I will escort her out, being ever the gentleman. But she knows that I've gone into like royal mode because I'm just super stiff because I don't want to fuck this up. Yeah. I have a chance of basically having 2 wives. This is cool.
Yeah. You know what? That didn't sound so cool most of the time. But anyway, she returns the stiffness and the formality of the rest of the evening.
Okay.
When you part,
I catalog that in my mind and go, she would be a perfect queen.
As you part, she does lean in and give you a peck on the cheek and says, we do need to talk more soon.
We will. Rest
Okay.
assured.
Very good.
I am trying to get out of this, though, but my intentions towards you are still going to be the same, regardless. But if I can get rid of the other one, that would be even better.
You make assumptions, my lord. I haven't said yes yet.
Oh,
And with that,
my lady, I never assume.
And she gives you a little half smile, nods, bows, then goes into a curtsy, says, I don't even know what to do with you, and turns and walks away.
I curtsy back to her while she's got a back set.
Okay.
Okay, so that's my first downtime. So yeah, we'll move on. Oh,
very good.
I screwed up my relationship with Ruby now. God damn it.
We shall see how that plays out.
For this.
Yeah, I'm having a
damn it.
Discord issues where you guys' videos are popping up and down, and I don't know if that's me or what it is.
No, I think it was because Felix did something. I think Felix went back to voice to do something, and so when you go to voice, it goes under the video, so everybody else above goes up. So everybody below where Felix is now goes up in.
I've lost Monty. Monty is just the two spinning squares right now as we're. I hear your voice, but your video is not coming through as well.
Try doing the reset on it because it's working from my side.
It's working for me. So
I may do a reset on here. What we'll do, you guys are frozen for me, but I am getting your voices. What I'm going to ask is, though, we'll go on break in just a minute, but who has not had their first? And I think Felix has not had his first. Is that correct?
Yeah, basically, I just want to de-stress, so I'll be doing something luxurious.
Okay, so what do you want to do?
You don't have to make a song and dance out of it. I'm thinking, I've already done the clothes, I've already done the perfume.
Mm-hmm.
What counts for luxury in Court of Blades?
Well, you tell me. And you also could try and initiate something with this young lady.
I can't remember the last time I chatted to her.
She wound up leaving the ball with her mistress. Yeah. Both of them had stripes on the back of their dresses, and her mistress was stumbling ill and had left a mess on the dance floor and on herself.
They both had stripes, or just?
They both had stripes because she sat next to her mistress on the ride over. And we knew from discussions that Monty had with her at the ball that she was embarrassed to begin with, and he tried to put her at ease.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll go off, and I'll go to a luxurious dressmaker and get her a replacement.
Brilliant.
Yeah, and spend it and take her along with me.
There's where we have the first interesting piece, because she, of course, works and serves in House Lavelle. So I assume you go to the house itself, into the and it is a building of many domes, and the main entranceway leads you into a broad open area, sort of like you would find in the transept of one of the beautiful cathedrals we have here in England. There are servants who come to you immediately to see to your needs, and if you would like to send for her, you may.
Yep, I'll send for her.
Very well, my lord. Would you please follow me? The young gentleman leads you to a waiting room off to the side and offers you a drink.
Yes, I'll have a fine cognac, and I'll reach into my coat and pull out a silver case with small cigarillos in there.
Very nice.
Up and wait there with a cognac.
Okay, and he goes to the sideboard, and pours one for you directly there. And there you wait as the maid that you sent to find Isabella is off.
Please, can I have one for my monkey? He has a thimble in my hat.
The man looks at you skeptically, but then pours a drop of the cognac into the thimble.
Yeah. So the monkey will be up in his hammock in my hat with a thimble of.
Wonderful. And for those of you who don't know on the stream, yes, there is a monkey in the hat of Lorenzo.
So this is
Hopefully the music's just turned ominous as well.
I know that was sort of cool. I wish I could say I did that on purpose. However, the maid comes back a little bit later, and she says, "My mistress Isabella is on her way."
Great. That's so we're gonna go off and do the pretty woman thing.
So she enters the room. Isabella sweeps into the room. She's more glorious than you remember from the ball. She cocks her head and then walks across towards you. I assume you stand.
So yes, I'll stand up and.
She offers her hand out flat.
Yeah, I'll take her hand and I'll say, right, today's a special day for you. I need to make up for the state that your dress was in after my friends had their fun. And
Wait, no, hang on a second. We're not taking any ownership of the damage that was done to my dress. Don't be dumping our house into
that.
You're not there to
I think it was. I know. I think it was just said. She sort of turns her head and says, "That's a curious statement." But I always like a nice dress. I was expecting a kiss on my hand. She pulls it back. Says, "You instead can put your arm out. Do I need to coach you through this in a small arc, and I will place my hand upon it, and you can lead me out."
Whatever floats your boat, missus. Let's just go.
romantic.
Stop playing.
Whipped off her feet.
Yeah, really know how to woo the ladies.
Oh yeah.
Today,
I'm not sure that the monkey might have a better chance.
Yeah, I think that would probably be a good idea.
I'm not a conformist. Let's just
Sorry, I don't. Are you really quiet for me? I don't know if you're quiet for anyone else.
I think he had his hand sort of over his mouth. But so Lorenzo, out you go, across the courtyard, into the streets, and towards the dressmaker. As it's a decent walk, and during this walk, there is time for some small talk. And she says, "Lorenzo,
can you give me 2 seconds? I really need to take a piss.
Literally. Very good. So what we're going to do then for everyone is we're going to go ahead and take a short break, recharge your glasses, hit the restroom. We'll come back in the middle of Lorenzo's walk to the dressmaker. And I will also reset my Discord in hopes that I will be able to get your video back. Okay. Thank you very much. And I'm probably going to have to reset the entire silly thing. Oh, gosh.
You can try just the window panel itself and see if that does it.
There we go. Okay, Rob, Okay, sorry you guys got to watch me dork around with the video. We've had such problems with audio that we switched over to loading a Discord screen. Since our video was jamming up in my low bandwidth internet in the little village I was at, I did a reset on Discord, and it promptly dorked up the aspects and ratios and everything that I would have liked to have had for our video, and we now are all teeny weeny. So I apologize about that, but you'll still be able to hear our wonderful voices. As we were talking about, Isabella, hand in arm of the eccentric Lorenzo with his top hat, are strolling through the streets, and she leans in and says, you know, me being seen with you could be possibly damaging.
Don't worry, I'm not worried about that. I wouldn't worry about. I'm not worried about that, so you don't need to worry about it.
I'm glad you're not worried about it. I'm more concerned about my position in the house being jeopardized. I now work for someone new. I suppose you've probably already heard of that? She looks at you curiously.
Well, we spoke at the ball. You said you were employed by 2 people.
Yes. In the
Who's your
house,
second?
I
In the...
was working for your friend Moon.
Yep.
I do not work for her now. She's no longer with us. She may be back soon. We don't know. There are factions within the house that support her return. But I work for Cosimo, is his name. He's been granted a partial title for Lavelle, de Lavelle. So Cosimo de Lavelle, he evidently was working with Moon and has now taken her place.
This
And
Cosimo's the guy.
oh, what?
Cosimo the hunchback. Is Cosimo the hunchback?
She looks at you curiously. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm trying to remember who Cosimo was.
Ah,
He
you
was,
do
he was
you
the
do
actor.
remember.
He was the hunchback guy.
He was
Yes.
the actor who assassinated.
Yes, who was
Bertie.
hired by Lavelle.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm,
This man is exceedingly dangerous.
that's good to know.
Who
What
was
should I
your
watch for?
second Who was your other employer?
Ah, you get right to the point.
We may not have long.
She says, I have mixed allegiances. Where did you go when you left the orphanage?
I joined the circus initially, where I became a street entertainer and animal handler. I then had a life of extravagance and adventure for many years until I decided to come back because I needed to get back in contact with you.
I wish you would have come sooner. But yes, I was sold.
Well,
Excuse me.
we need to rectify that. If you're
Oh no, I am not. I work now for the person who purchased me. I was sold
so
to the lady, to the senora.
yes, but are you happy where you are?
She takes care of me very well, and my position is guaranteed. However, the position I am in House Lavelle is dangerous at the moment.
It's exceedingly dangerous with your new employer, and and I think we need to. I would suggest that you think about leaving, joining us, and gaining your freedom, or us working towards that.
I am free. I work for the Senora.
You work for someone that bought you.
Yes.
It doesn't sound like freedom.
Well, there is concern. Many people do not leave the service of Senora, especially in the type of position I am. They tend to retire permanently.
You talk about Moon de Lavelle.
No, the Senora of Roses.
Oh, the Senora of Roses. Okay. Well, we could come to some agreement, or.
I would appreciate your intercession, but do it carefully.
Certainly,
she is exceedingly pleased with the information I provide her.
Okay. I'm working on my consort skills, so that might be easier.
So I do.
Either way,
yes.
Either way, yeah. This is a lot of small talk. I want to distress today. I want to see where the luck will take me. I want to roll a dice and see how much stress I can get rid of. It's
so
been very stressful recently.
You enter. She gives you another couple of salient points before you enter the dressmakers and can lose yourself in the endless discovery of new fabric and textures and the clouds of chiffon that you'll wade through as she tries on different things and they tailor it. It will be a delightful day. But the couple of things she adds are important. She says, what I would like to tell you is that Lavelle didn't go alone. She took some people with her.
So I guess she's planning a revenge of some description.
She took an elderly lady. She took this elderly lady that we both know with her.
Who's
her secretary,
the old orphanage, madam.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I hope they have a time together.
Ha ha ha! I doubt a cottage in the country will play well with that. But I too am very pleased that I didn't have to hang around her much longer in worry that perhaps she would somehow figure out who I was. The others she took with her, she took a strong man. She took a bit of a brute of a man that she had hired, a swordsman, a bit of a mercenary.
Does he have a weakness?
Yeah, a sister. He brought her with him too. She's out in the country as well.
In what ways is his sister his weakness?
Seems to dote upon. Actually, he seems to wish to. Let's put it this way. I think he would rather control her than see her happy.
What's her name?
Andrea.
Well, we can. Thank you for the information. That's very interesting.
And with that, you enter the heaven of silks and chiffons and all of the wonderful, exciting things that you get to do. And you are struck with the beauty and poise of this lady who you knew as a child. And she is enjoying it as well. Make your roll. Let's make your roll.
So, can I spend any influence on my roll?
Not on your roll. It's just straight up. But if you wish to spend, and what we'll do at the end of this is, yeah, go ahead, make your roll. Let's see how it plays.
Just a 1d6, isn't it?
What's your lowest trait? 1 dot, 2 dots.
1 dot. Well, no,
okay.
0 dot. Well, actually, trait.
So down the side. Your lowest is 2.
Yeah.
Okay, you may roll 2 die and take the one you wish. That's how I will play this. I see you get 2 3s is what you rolled, and strangely it did not roll up on the screen. That said, sadly no. You take 1 and you relieve 3 stress. Sadly, your worry about what's going on and her position in the house and everything else encroaches a bit upon the true gaiety of the day.
Fantastic.
However, she leaves with a beautiful dress, and if you go to your character sheet where you have your paramour, you may put her in, and you may give yourself 1 heat in that.
What you mean?
One of those little hearts, yeah, or one of the little. Yeah, she is now. She is your paramour. I think you see her as such. She may still see you a bit as a friend from the past that she's interested in and finds intriguing. We'll see how this plays. It could develop. Okay, so that is now, I think, 1 activity apiece. Is that correct? Has anyone been missed? Pietro, you're
Sasha?
Okay. Sasha, everyone's had 1. So let us drop down to Martin again. So Monty, not Monty the cogwheel dragon from our other game, but Monty.
Well, it's Monty.
Here. Yes, exactly.
Yes. So, well, Monty doesn't realise that Andrea's not there. I don't imagine.
No,
so he
not
was
yet.
Originally going to try and find out. He was going to go and try and see her.
Yeah. Okay. So you know that House Lavelle is where Alaric had taken employment, and that was very probably where she would be, since he has taken direct control of her movement.
Yeah, because he was going to go and mention about the position at the orphanage as well, and see whether she would be interested in taking on something
Very
in that
good.
nature. But yes.
So sadly, and we'll cut to the chase here, when you go in and you have missed our friends Lorenzo and Isabella, not incredibly long, but you stand in the same room and are served the same drinks. And sadly, the maid comes back and curtsies and apologizes and says, "I beg to apologies. Miss Andrea has gone on retreat to the country."
Do you know whereabouts she has gone?
I do not.
Can I tell if is she lying or is she telling the truth?
You may absolutely use that ability, and no, she is not lying, but she is under stress that she's worried that you're going to pressurize her, to use the British term. In the States we say pressure. You're going to pressurize her to possibly ask questions of people that she doesn't want to ask. She's worried you're going to press.
Yeah, well, I would. Yes. So, well, if you don't know, may I ask? I need to ask somebody who may know this information. It's important that I get a message to her.
I can take a message.
I need to. It's of a personal nature, so I would need to pass it on personally.
Personally to a messenger, or
somebody in the house who would know where they've gone.
Yes. If you, I beg your pardon. I must retreat and ask for the correct person who would know. This may take a minute.
Well, if you can, I will I occupy myself with this bottle of brandy until
Very
then.
good. She's the hours are extending a bit. It's getting a little towards dark. You hear some laughter, and a happy couple enters the grand rotunda, and you see out of the corner of your eye as she has passed away, and then the young man leaves the building. But you see that's Isabella that you saw from the
From the
ball.
dance, yeah.
Yeah, so you probably just missed Lorenzo, who has gone out the front.
Mm.
So she heads towards the grand stairs. You can say something if you choose, or you can let that just pass by.
No, I'll bow to Isabella and say, "Lady."
She pauses, her hand on, says,
How are you today?
Another visitor from a particular coterie. How oh. And she bows quite low as a man stalks down the stairs.
Oh no.
He's wearing
What have I got
a
myself into?
very sharp attire, and he looks like a prince of the house. He has heavy bandages upon his hands, and you recognize, I don't know, you helped ferry this man at one point. It is Cosimo Rossi now de Lavelle. He makes a shooing motion, and Isabella scurries up the stairs. He walks towards you and says, "I hear you have a question." And he obviously recognizes you.
Yeah. I have many questions, some of which are not pertinent to this conversation, but I'm sure somebody of your nature has many questions as well.
You can tell he's coiled like a spring, and the violence that's implied in his in the grace of his movements is unmistakable. This is danger incarnate.
Yep.
And he's letting it show.
Yeah, Monty shouldn't poke, but he can't help himself.
Okay, let's hear. I can't wait.
Following Moon's unfortunate incident at the ball.
Yes. Dreadful that.
Yes, you have now taken over her responsibilities. I've been told.
How incredibly sad. He chuckles.
Well, she had her favorites and she had her enemies.
Yes, she did. However, those enemies don't have to be the same enemies.
No, this is true.
Has he got any damage to his hands, by the way?
He's wearing bandaged.
He has bandaged hands. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How did you seem to have yes, well, this is true. Friends and enemies make former friends and former enemies can change relatively quickly. What happened to your hands, sir? You seem to be.
Sadly, I do not take as good a care of myself as I should when I'm out at night.
And hold up the bottle and go, well, yeah.
Sad lapse of judgment. You tell your friends that it's all things come around in due course. But we do not have to be the same type of enemies that Moon carried around. We don't have the same connections, the same problems. However, your house needs to stay where it's at. It's getting a bit uppity, don't you think?
Well, as you may know, we're a bit unorthodox in our approach, and well, we are aiming to disrupt some of the long-held unfairness that's been handed down by people wanting to dominate rather than actually care for those around them.
How noble. He's got this bad habit of, as you're talking to him, he keeps shifting to where you need to turn to stay facing him. And he sort of does that from side to side as it's almost like he's trying to get behind you, but he doesn't even know he's doing it.
Yep. Yeah. Yes, I don't want to take up any more of your time because I'm sure you're very busy with catching up on your new responsibilities. But yes, I'm aware that.
What business did you have with my secretary, Isabella?
Oh, we met yesterday. We met briefly at the ball. And,
is that so?
Yeah. We had a brief conversation. So I was just paying my respects to a lady.
She was out earlier.
Yes, I saw her return.
I may need to talk to her about her whereabouts from time to time when I need her. Good secretaries are hard to come by. Please pass my love on to Pietro for his ever thoughtful and helpfulness. Without him, so much could never have been accomplished. Ha ha. Ha ha. And with that, he turns on his heel. Go ahead.
Pietro is one to make things happen.
Oh, yes, he is. He has made many wonderful things happen.
And he will again, I'm sure.
Ah, yes. I can only hope.
But before you go, good sir, it's got to my attention that I was looking for Andrea, I believe, and Alaric's sister.
Oh.
But I'm aware that I was informed that she's not here. They've gone out to the country.
How interesting. So, what is your interest in this young lady?
We were acquaintances, and I have a urgent letter of employment. That may be of interest to her. It is time sensitive, so it would be useful if I could get it to her.
Very good. I would be very glad to do that for you.
I think we both know that that's not going to happen.
Absolutely.
But you're not going to tell me where they've gone, are you?
How could you have guessed that? You should probably be the next eye for your house. You are so perceptive.
Well, things happen.
Yes, they do. I like my position, and I hope that it does not change. He chuckles, and he says, next time you come here, please bring a drop cloth so that when your body hits the floor, I can roll it up neatly before I dump it into the canal.
Oh, that's not going to happen.
As you say. And he turns on his
heel.
I'll go
down kicking and screaming.
Very good. So he turns on his heel and leaves.
And before I go, before I leave, I'm going to uncork the bottle of oil that I have in my demolition tools. Just put it at the bottom of just cover the bottom of the stairs. In oil, and then leave.
The next person that comes down of the Lavelle house will probably have a fall.
Yep.
Very.
Unfortunately, I hope it's not anybody of good note to us. But this house is full of people we don't like.
And it does make you feel happy to yourself, except for the fact that now coming down the stairs are a couple of servants carrying some laundry.
Oh, shame they're not carrying a few trays, glasses and plates.
Oh, well, that sounds louder. I like that. I like it. So as you leave the doors, you hear the crashing of the silver trays, and it was probably dinner being served for some nobility in the house, and you have at least delayed that to some extent. Who knows? They might even have a cold dinner. Very well. I don't think you got any real benefit out of this activity.
No, I got some information.
Got information. Yes, you did.
So it's possibly more intrigues than anything else.
Yep.
I guess I didn't really go to reduce stress. So that didn't really matter so much. But
yeah,
I will relay what I have heard to everybody else.
What I'll do is this is sort of a blank move for you. You went to do an activity and sadly it was blocked. I'm not taking an activity from you. You still have 2, but definitely this was a dead end for what you were hoping for, except for the fact that you did learn a lot in one quick go.
So my next other activity then will be an intrigue to find out where they've gone.
Yes. Cosimo meant to say something else, but he failed. He's such a dullard. Okay, very good. So I'll let you jump into your next activity, just because you didn't get anything done. So what would you like to do?
Try and find out from contacts within the house and other areas to see if anybody, and the various gate guards, and see within the watch and see if anybody saw them leave and which direction they were heading.
Okay, so you have a spy in the house. You have a paramour in the house of one of your team. You have probably contacts. You know the watch, and they definitely keep track of who comes and goes. So there are multiple ways that you can go about that. And are you calling this a project? Is this, what is this you're trying to do?
Yeah, I guess it probably is a project. To find out where they are.
Okay. To find out where they are. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll give you a four part clock. And I'm going to give you the first piece because of all the contacts you have. Okay. Very good. So you may make a action of some sort to go ahead and try and get the other pieces.
If I can find any of the, I'll consort with the guards and see if the town guards and see if any of them have.
Let's see a consort roll.
And if they've got any, and if they need any, cross their palm with silver, as it were, to possibly need.
Very, very good.
So this would be, this is control, is it? Control standard?
Yeah, absolutely.
No bonus dice.
A 2. Okay, well you get a slice. Okay, so you're up to 2 slices on that, and let's now move along. You've done a decent amount of stuff there, so I'd like to move to. I'm just going above myself to Lorenzo. Sadly, your video is frozen, Lorenzo, with your mouth wide open and your tongue out. It's crazy. I'm just joking. It's not. It is frozen, but you're not. You don't look crazy. Just your normal happy self. Lorenzo, what would you like to do for your? Yes, I can. What would you like to do for your second activity?
Well, I've still got 3 stress.
Yes, you do.
What would happen if I rolled a 4?
You then.
I can't remember what happened.
Yeah, you wind up overindulging. You,
Does that
you
cause
can,
me stress?
yeah, it can. You could be out for the next session. You could burn your source of stress and no longer be able to use that. There's a number of bad things that can happen if you go over.
But does it get? But if I got a 4 and I had 3 stress, will I get rid of 3 stress?
Oh yes, but then you would take this penalty, whatever this is.
Right. Okay. And what are the options for penalties then?
The options that I have available are things such as if, let's say, that you decided to go listen to concerts and whatever, and you overindulge. Well, that's what you're going to be doing for the next game, and you are not a participant. Or,
okay, so there's no.
or you might burn that location or that type of thing, and not be able to do that ever again for stress.
And do I get a choice?
No, I will do so out of the meanness of my heart.
Okay, so there's probably no point. I might as well keep the 3 stress then, because there's a 50% chance of fucking up.
Yep.
Language.
Fair enough.
So I won't do that. What else can I do? I could train, couldn't I?
You can.
Yeah. So I'm going to train in consorts.
Okay. So what are you going to do?
I am going to attend functions. Go to a finishing school for street entertainers.
For street entertainers?
Yeah. I shall up my game.
I like it. In the backside of the rows towards the Groan, there's an establishment that teaches finishing for those that wish to move in circles that they probably don't warrant. It's a little shady, but it would definitely teach you things like when a hand is offered like this, that you should probably kiss it on the back and not just grab it and shake it.
Yeah.
Is that sort of what you're looking for?
Yeah, I just want to increase my consort so I can learn the skills. It doesn't necessarily mean I take them on board or follow them. But
Fair enough.
Still want to learn. I still want to learn the skills.
You just know what is proper. Okay, absolutely.
You see, I knew that Mocklin would rub off on someone.
So to speak.
Yeah. But the charges were never proved.
That's because the monkey can't talk yet.
Very good. Take your point, Felix.
So I put that into the spirits, yeah?
Yes.
Just 1 point.
Yes, sir. One little dot in spirit.
Can I spend any more influence and get another point?
No, but you can spend an influence for another activity in a minute. So you have done 2. Monty has done his first. Is that right, or second? Monty's done his second. You've done your second.
Yep.
Moving up, we're at Pietro. Ooh.
Okay. I am going to. I'm going to help Monty with his clock.
Ooh. And what are you going to do for that?
Okay, so in terms of finding out information.
Actually, can I say you might want to actually delay doing your project, doing what you want to do until you hear what I want to do?
Okay, yeah, I'm happy to defer.
Is that okay?
Absolutely.
If I step in there?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because actually, I want to set up a project myself, which is basically to do some research on the disappearance of the Madame Corvetto. Corvetto. Basically, I would like to do a little bit of research and a little bit of meetings, maybe with the citizenry and the watch, find out where she was last seen, if we can find any evidence of how she was taken, perhaps maybe who took her.
Absolutely.
So I'd like to do some work on that, because I'm wondering if she's ended up at the same cottage villa where certain Delamoon might be. And it might all lead us, those actually elements I think might possibly lead us to the same destination, shall we say.
Absolutely.
But
So this
I'd
is,
like to do the work.
I will say, I'm not going to, yes, you start it. And so this is your action. What I will tell you is this is a, ooh, man. This is a 12-part clock.
12-part clock. Okay. Okay.
I don't even know if you've got one that you could put in there, but it's going to be difficult because
I'm betting.
there is some serious obfuscation going on by not only the house that's embarrassed, but by the new eye who, as you're studying this problem and talking to people and talking to your spy and everything else, you realize he probably doesn't want her ever to come back. He's very happy in his new position.
Sorry, he doesn't want Moon de Lavelle to come back, or the Lady Corvetto?
We're looking to the Lady Corvetto.
Okay, Lady Corvetto, this was so obfuscated by Moon that that's why it's so difficult. And as she has taken a good portion of what she had with her, and things have moved, that's why it's so hard. However, it's a clock.
Well,
it's doable.
We hopefully have some documents.
You do have some documents.
Documents that might help us, because obviously she was planning this before
it
actually happened. So we might have something which
you might have something in there to help.
Yeah.
I mean, if she has shares or ownership of a property, for example, that isn't in the public, might be in the.
You may find things in her documents that even she didn't realize she left, because that's what you're hoping. That's what you're hoping for, because otherwise she will have done what she can. Just to screw it up.
Property outside the city.
I am basically. So it's basically it's a many-pronged investigation, shall we say? So there's some research that needs to be done on the paperwork. There's some research that needs to be done with the watch, with the citizenry, to find out where Lady Corvetto was last seen.
Absolutely. You may make your first.
As you find any clues
we have a private library.
We have a private library. We do indeed.
So you may absolutely do what we'll do is we will treat the extra documents that you have as a specialized library for this problem set. Okay? So that will get you the extra die on your activity as you go to do this.
Okay.
Fair enough?
Yep.
Okay. So you make your first roll, and let's see how many pieces you throw in there.
Okay, so I'm wanting to do it on hunt, because obviously that's to track a target.
Very good.
Are you happy with that?
Yeah, absolutely. So hunt plus the extra die from the having the papers to start looking through to begin with, which give you leads.
So what are we setting this as position? Is it this risky, controlled?
It's a information type roll, so it doesn't really matter. So just put whatever in there. Yeah.
Okay.
It will not affect it.
Okay.
We're simply rolling for how many pie pieces you're going to wind up getting.
And standard effect.
Yep.
Yeah. And an extra dice.
Mm-hmm.
And can I take an extra dice from well, do I want to do that? I was going to say from some stress. An extra dice from my lucky charm.
No. We'll use that during the Here we go. It's on the
There we
board.
go.
I like it. Okay, what do we have here? We have a 5. Okay, so
5.
that is 3 pie pieces you may add
3 pie
to the
pieces.
12.
I don't know how to do it. I know how to do a +3. I don't know how to do a clock, so.
I may be able to. So just sort of jot that down, and I'll try and put that on your sheet, your sheet in the in time after. Very good.
Yep. 3 pie pieces in my. Yep.
3 pie pieces. Very good.
Yeah, I got that. 3 pie pieces.
Okay.
Yep.
So let us move to Pietro now.
Okay, so in actual fact, I'm going to change my action. I'm going to reduce exposure for the coterie.
Very good. How do you do this?
Do we have much exposure?
You gave us 2 exposure, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah, so we're up to 4.
Yeah, but we have Sphere of Influence to watch. Anytime you would take exposure, take 1 less.
Oh, nice.
Yes. That is
very
true.
good.
So we should only
took
be
1.
on 3.
Very good. Very good.
Okay, so I won't do that. Sorry, yes, I am helping. Then, so hang on a second. So we've got 2 clocks. One 12-piece clock, which is trying to find
the Lady Corvetto, and an 8-part.
It's got
correct?
a 4-piece. Is it?
Oh yeah.
Was it a 4-piece clock?
Mine was 4. Yeah, mine was 4. So I've got 2 of those already.
Yeah. 4-piece to find out where Andrea is, which is most likely where
Lavelle is.
Lavelle.
Yeah.
Got some thoughts on what to do with that information. Once a couple of options, but we'll see.
Well,
we'll see what happens.
The thing is about it that with Cosimo where he is, and quite liking his position, I'm quite liking the idea that Moon de Lavelle and Cosimo are going to be fighting each other.
Mm.
And if we take out either one of them before the victory is determined, we're basically handing the other one a victory.
Yeah.
So I quite like that.
Get some turmoil between the 2 of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they're both vicious individuals.
By the way, have there been any announcements about the engagement of Mocklin and Moon de Lavelle?
Oh yes,
she's down the city.
It is still a stated. It went into the papers that the engagement was on, with a indeterminate date for the wedding.
Okay, right.
Yeah, when they came to take my picture for the, for my portrait, I was like,
you look like Felix's frozen face on my Discord.
yeah.
Very good.
Okay, so for my second action, I'm going to start I don't know. Is this a project? I can't, what's it called? Hang on. An intrigue. Is it an intrigue?
Okay, let's see here.
Or project.
Long-term project or an intrigue? Let's see here. I've got the.
So what I want to, I'll tell you what I want to do. So,
okay.
Obviously we have Cosimo now as the eye within House Lavelle, but he was previously a well-known actor.
Ah.
So what I want to do is put it about the city and expose this connection that basically, what is House Lavelle thinking?
Ah.
Going an actor of ill repute.
Very
and
good.
not much talent.
Very good.
Maybe get an interview published with a certain hunchback actor.
There is.
Dissing his former colleague.
Absolutely.
So basically, I want to rubbish Cosimo's reputation and drag down House Lavelle's reputation as well.
Even further.
Their
last eye was a bit of a
So I'll
a doozy.
Point out, the previous ones left in disgrace, and
We had,
what are they thinking? Do we really want this house in the high levels of the houses in?
He had plenty of people in his dressing room.
What I'd like to, what I'll call this, just for mechanics wise, let's call this an intrigue. And this is a long-term clock. It's going to be an 8-part clock. At the end of it, you will have discredited Cosimo with certain members of the house. Right now, he's ascendant. Okay? Most people think he's doing quite well. You will tarnish that reputation at the end of that intrigue. I will tell you, 8-part clock, and your activity to do such. You can do your first roll. Let's find out what that activity is, and I may have some information to give you as that happens. Okay. So what are you going to do?
What I'm going to do is, let's see. Quick question: is there such a thing as like penny dreadfuls?
Yes.
Broadsheet.
Absolutely.
Kind of
Absolutely.
Gossip. Okay. First thing to do there is we're going to get the story in as many of those as we can.
Okay. And the story's basic premise is
he killed lady.
Basically, this is jobbing actor with little to no talent and an undeserved reputation.
Cons his way. Okay.
Cons his way into the gullible House Lavelle.
Where he's living the high life. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, House Lavelle was desperate after their last eye left in disgrace after, disgracing herself at the party.
Okay.
And, they're just grabbing any old person off the street.
Okay, you pin the story. It's a good story. And the establishment you enter, and if you think about the different groups that there are in the city, there is a group called...
I will be going in disguise. So, yeah.
Are you? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So let me really quick think about...
I've already written the story. They can use that.
Can copy and paste from OneNote.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So I can't find the group right immediately, but it's like the Ink Rights or whatever it was in Blaze in the Dark, but the yellow journalists. So you find an establishment that produces a broadsheet that comes out weekly that usually focuses on new plays and concerts and things that happen in the rows. But it also does profiles on actors and up-and-coming things and who's sponsoring whom, and there's a gossip column, etc.
Oh, excellent. So, what is Cosimo doing?
Go ahead.
So it'll be, what is Cosimo doing, Cosimo de Rossi doing now? Will be the headline.
And he was famous for his good looks.
Yeah,
turned a lot of heads.
Shame he's missing a few fingers now.
So the article will imply that he worked his way into the bed of Moon de Lavelle, and she, in this case, he hopped out of the bed into her chair at her desk.
Wow.
Okay. In very florid writing, Who will be next? Who will be next to swap the limelight for the high life?
So
I wonder if you could actually get away with dressing up as Delaval and put on one of Monty's wigs to make it look like it's actually her. And she goes in and she produces this fantastic bedside kind of intimate tale, and then she saunters on out, and it was you all along, Pietro. That would be awesome. Can you do a high pitched voice
Not
and
really.
gush over Mocklin?
Probably not.
I think Monty could have
Yeah.
a pitch voice for us.
I
Okay.
might even include a question in the article of whether he arranged for Moon de Lavelle's disgrace.
Oh, I like
It's
it.
a good question. So
Oh.
what we'll say is, as you sit by the desk in disguise, the young reporter who could possibly be, late 20s, well dressed, but of obvious middle class or below, is excitedly writing down everything you say, and then when you hand him actual script, he's like, "Oh, are you seeking a byline?"
No. By all means, you can take the credit.
Oh, this is going to be great. So
I'd like to see young up-and-coming journalists getting a fair shake.
may I ask your name for my source?
Just say, a patron of the arts.
A patron of the arts. I like it. You see him take a note. And I'll take your roll now, and we'll see what this does towards your pie.
Okay.
Go on.
That's
Eat that pie, Pete.
Spy roll.
I'm sorry? Whatever
Is that a spy roll?
whatever activity you're wanting to do, which is sway if you want. I like it. And
Spy.
it's you don't have to worry about position and effect. We're just going
Okay.
for what the dice tell us about the number of pie pieces. I did not see the roll. There's the
Nice.
5. Okay.
5 for 4.
Okay, now that roll, I believe. Hang on a second. I can push that up with spending some.
I think we talked about that last time to try and use influence to push it up. I'm not thinking so, but you can change my mind. Right now we're at the problem is for you is if you get a 6, it's still 3 pie pieces. You've got to get a critical, a 6/6, to go ahead and get 4.
Okay, so 3 pie pieces, yeah?
Yep. Yes, sir. So don't waste your effort on that. But
Fine.
you are happy to see the broad piece is going out. You do notice that there is an article that the young reporter is working upon about a new play coming out shortly. It's the farce of the house that failed.
Can I see which house he's talking about?
Well, you can sort of glance. You're reading upside down as you do so, but the discussion is the slapstick comedy that has just recently been seen and will be premiering shortly. Details the foolishness of a house and their retainers in slapstick comedy. And let me give you slightly more details. This slapstick comedy, the blunders of Sansa, Petito, Lorenzito, Chucklin, and Dante are hilarious as they try and cover up their part in a murder.
Okay. Where is it? Can I get the details of who is putting on this play?
Absolutely, you do. You can see that it's being put on at the Pearl, and you recognize the name of the director, and it's premiering tomorrow night.
Okay.
Oh, excellent. We've got lawyers, haven't we?
And oh, by the way, you'll be there, Mocklin, for opening
will?
night. Oh yes, for opening night. You'll be there with the granddad.
Oh, excellent. Yes. Fantastic.
So speaking of which, let us move
hang
on.
Go
ahead.
Offered an opportunity to go along to a preview of this.
He did, but he turned it down. So instead, he'll be there for the opening night with the Corvetto.
And of course, I know nothing about this unless Pietro comes back and tells me because before I go to meet Grandad Corvetto, or Old Man Corvetto, I want to get something copied that's in Moon's parchment case.
Okay.
And then whilst Monty is copying it quick, because it only needs to be rough, I want to have a word with everybody before I actually go out for the opening night. I want to meet Grandad, escort him, get into his seat, and then we'll watch the thing and we'll have a chit chat in between, if that's okay. So it's not a flashback. It's
no. What is
so basically? I want the letter. I want the letter that we discovered that Moon was going to use to try and get House Toper rightfully instated. And to get the and remember that it all needs the support of the houses, and it was originally written by Corvetto.
Yeah. So you got all this.
Yeah. Okay. Right. So what I want to do is I want to ask everyone beforehand, because we want to gather around and what have you, and I want to say, look, if I take this to Old Man Corvetto.
So wait, let's go ahead and role play this. So the team has reassembled, and you're at the end of the hall in your common room that looks out over the courtyard, and you can see parts of the canal a little bit further out. It's towards the end of day. You know that as the evening falls, you're needing to take off to go to the play. So let's talk a little bit about what you say to your team.
So I will describe.
No, describe it. Describe it.
Oh, okay.
Let's role play this.
Yeah. So I was down at the talking to a journalist today, and I happened to note that he was writing a story about a play which is being put on. I believe the opening night is tonight at the Pearl. And it is apparently about the slapstick scenes of The House That Failed.
Oh.
But from the names, it seems to be a thinly veiled dig at us and our house. And it also appears to be trying to implicate us in a murder.
Financed by Kosovo, possibly.
I'm sure it is. The director of the is the director the one that used to work with Kosovo, by the way?
Actually, it's not. It is. Let's see. I'll give you a name here in just a minute. But it is. You know him because you've been to any number of plays. It's someone who would at least know of Cosimo, but probably has met him in passing.
We've killed one person, and that was a duel. You'll never forget, will you, Pietro? We ashamed and bottom spanked another person in a duel, thanks to Lorenzo. We haven't killed anyone else.
We haven't.
Or have you?
No, but it is implicating us in a murder.
So it's
Huh.
Sisto
So
Pero. Sistoperro. If you were taking notes,
Okay.
is the director, Sisto Pero. And he's fairly well known. He actually
Sisto
usually does much more serious
Pero.
pieces.
Okay.
which suggests he's being paid then to put this on.
I'm under the influence to suggest that the house gets a lawyer to go to the opening night. Because if they're implicating all of us, I wasn't there. I was with Hesperides. All evening. So the first I knew was when he was called, and it was the next day. So if they implicate all of us, as you said, then we might be able to do something. And I might be able to, with Grandfather Corvetto, I don't believe that he would be up for this, or he would be up for putting me in that type of danger, especially with his wife in such peril. We might be able to speak to the director beforehand and just nudge him into that direction, so maybe they quickly change the play.
Well, you've got a couple of hours.
The only one thing we've got to be careful of is if we get drawn into something, it could possibly be seen as an evidence of guilt.
Yeah, the last thing we want.
Very true.
Find the director.
Monty does apologise for being drunk.
I think we should find the director, threaten him, and ask him to change it to play about someone convincing him to try and implicate us. On fear of death.
We change the ending of the play, so keep the play as it is, but we change the ending of the play to have this sinister hand behind the scenes
exposed,
pretending to be a hunchback. I hear where you're coming from, Monty, and also yourself, Lorenzo. I think, what is our standing?
Threaten the director with his life. We know it would be a just cause.
I understand. And yes, you're quite right. However,
I think we do worse than threaten him with his life. We threaten his reputation and his bank account.
No.
His theatre, his actresses, his mistress.
Okay, I've got a quick question for the GM.
Yes, please.
Okay. The citizenry.
Yes.
Would they go and see this play?
Oh, yes.
Right. We're at 2 favor. We put notes out to our most impressive peoples within the citizenry factor. Okay. And we tell them that they need to boo at the play.
I wonder.
And we use a point of favor to get what we achieve. We don't have to talk to the director if the citizenry don't like, because we've done an awful lot for the common people. If they don't like the implications,
it may not run nearly as long
of what this play is doing, they won't go. Therefore, they will close that play down. So it has a counter effect.
There is standing room only down in the pit, where the commoners come in and pay very little to stand and watch. And then there are seats behind, and then there are boxes. Commoners go ahead.
That's no good at all, because the commoners will still watch it. The aristocracy will be booing it. The commoners will be jeering it. They're saying that it's brilliant. So what we need to change the entire story, implicating the people that set us up.
In less than 2 hours.
Otherwise it's all going to
Yeah,
go
unless
back.
that's not going to happen, though, Lorenzo.
I like the idea
Why?
of getting the citizenry.
It will.
Once they
Violence will
start,
go a long way.
well, if we hand out rotten tomatoes, once they start throwing those, the play is going to go downhill very fast. I don't think anybody's going to be cheering the play once that starts. It won't get to the end. Let's put it that way.
But I'm not going to be able to carry bucket loads of tomatoes and Grandad Corvetto and stand outside to. And you guys have all had your things, so I don't know how we're going to do this, but I think that's what we should do. So I've got roughly around about an hour. I also want to take a copy of the agreement of
you've got that.
the House Corvetto and present it to Grandad Corvetto,
Old Man
Corvetto, and go, now, would it be in our best interest to scup a Moon's plans and say, I want you to denounce this, which will also fuck me up? Or do I get him to agree to sanction what was originally wrote? What do you think? I'm in two minds, and I need your help.
The issue is that if we just boo the play, then the director is going to have a bad play, so he's not going to be working for us. Whereas if we get him to change,
we have no time though, Lorenzo, to unfortunately change the play. We can't threaten him.
He needs a couple of lines just to say, and all of this was a farce because we were paid to do it.
Well, maybe we can sweep in afterwards and help him save the play.
He saves his reputation. Whereas we're just going to destroy it if we throw rotten eggs.
Okay, I think we could maybe approach it on two fronts. How about we arrange with the gondoliers so that the actors, the lead actors heading to the play, are waylaid for a few hours. So that means they have to bring on the understudies who are not as good.
Very good.
Then that justifies everyone rubbishing the play and throwing tomatoes. So we need to... Yes, we won't get the director on side. But on the other hand, there's a lot of directors out there. If we need a director for a play, we can find one.
This director was influenced in his mind, and he was influenced to do the wrong thing in the first place. It'll be very easy to... It'd be just as difficult to implement as do the other thing.
Really quiet.
Yeah, the other problem that you've got though, Lorenzo, is that Cosimo is a what did you call him? Master Death Maestro.
Yeah.
And that to me holds more weight than a crown prince, king in waiting, going up and going, fuck off, are you going to do this play? Because it's an insult to me and my crown. That holds no weight at all. A man's life or a threat of legal action, I would side with the threat of death every time.
But we're going to threaten him with that.
No, as in I would support whatever the person who's threatening me with death, and I wouldn't fear somebody like you over a death maestro.
But we are going to threaten him with that.
Yes, but it's not going to stack as much as what Cosimo can do.
We're going to ruin this play on opening night.
We're just ruining the play.
We will
not threatening him with any kind of death.
Yeah.
We will be, unless Cosimo's in the room with him, we'll be in the room with him.
Well, that's going to be the other problem, because this is technically my second downtime, so you guys have already had yours. I'm soloing this. So I can't do everything, and I don't...
Hang on, we can quite happily spend influence to gain another action.
Yes, you may.
So,
yes, you may. Okay. Well, if you want to go down that route, I'm all happy, because I can help with the matter. Sorry, tomatoes. Okay, so with reference to my second question about the House Garnetine being recognised in Ilrian, do I get Old Man Corvetto to veto it or to side with it? One will hurt me personally. The other will hurt Moon and her plans. Because Moon's orchestrated this because she had that document. She's orchestrated her being married to me because she knows that she's going to present that document at the opportune time. If we can strike, then yes. Basically, I mean, I'm happy with my lot anyway, but I don't want to. Yeah, I need your help to sway me as to what really I should do. So think of me as a buffoon king, and you are my royal council, and you are now going to tell me what I should do with this situation. Because we have one chance at getting to Old Man Corvetto, and tonight is it.
Honestly, I would. I mean, if you don't care about the money, I would prefer to take that piece out of play, as in have it declared illegal, and as in, you know, say it's a fake or, you know, a forgery or something along those lines. You know, if we altered that original document so it was clearly a forgery.
Mm-hmm.
See, on the plus side, what I'm thinking is if they actually agree to it and it comes off, then you would be in my house because I am part of this coterie. So therefore, you would be first people of the royal house of Garnetine or House Garnetine. So your standing would elevate twofold. So it not only hurts me, but it also hurts you guys because I would hope that you guys went with me or came along with me. And the monkey. However, if we get it vetoed and we say that it's all false and it's lies, and an old man goes with it, and he says no, you know, then potentially it will hurt all of us. But I'm kind of in agreement, but I'm also thinking more. Well, I don't care about the money because I've already got the coffers in the royal kitty, so to speak.
Here's the thing: is it's up to you. Now, knowing Mocklin as we do, and knowing that, you know, heavy lies the crown, do you really want to be the head of a house with all that's involved with that? I mean, I don't think Mocklin is that way inclined. So,
no, good point.
So
okay, my mind's made up.
Yeah.
So I take the copy and I'll go, right, I'm going to ask him to veto it and say that it's a lie. When House Lavelle bring this to your attention, you need to say, no, that's what I'm going to do. Right, okay. I'll go and get...
I've got some ideas for tonight, if that's okay.
Yeah. I'm going to write them down.
I have a role for everyone, so chip in if you've got one. So I'm thinking, Lorenzo, with your streetwise and your people on the streets, your job is to mobilise a few street performers to arrive with rotten fruit, tomatoes, etc. And when things start to go wrong at the play, they're to boo and throw fruit and, you know, just basically rabble-rouse the crowd, yeah?
Okay.
Monty, your contacts in the gondoliers.
Yep.
Their job is to disrupt the performers arriving at the play.
Yeah. One other thing I did, I was thinking of. Do we still have those suspicious cakes or something that Moon brought? Because we could give them out as a treat for opening night to the audience.
Well, yeah,
see what happens.
It's like opening, yeah. It's only been the next day or something.
Yeah.
They should still be good.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
stay in
and
half.
free pastries at the outside.
Oh, do it to the aristocrats though, not to the citizenry.
It's like a bonus for opening night. Who knows what's going to happen?
So great if we can arrange for those to be, you know, handed out as people go in.
I'll deliver them. I'll deliver them before I collect the actors.
Maybe that's Sasha's job.
Okay, yeah.
And I'm thinking, Mocklin, you could maybe handle a little something with the footlights. Presumably, they like use something like a gas lighting at these plays. Yeah,
Sure.
So you know, a bit of fire that goes awry there. maybe they can't get the lights to go on, or they're just flickering and really dim, or the wrong color, or something. And then I'll go in disguise as one of the stagehands, and basically tinker with, the scenery and the ropes and all the bits and pieces there. We are going to make this play a complete disaster.
Laughing
They're
stock.
going to be laughing about this play for months.
Very,
about how bad it is.
very
Not
good.
about.
So
I'm going to turn this into the Scottish play as well.
Break a leg, yeah.
No. I'm going to get Grandad, and I might actually put some blood magic into making Grandad be able to push people around and stomp on the stage.
We are wrecking this play.
This, by the way,
did you see Anthony licking his lips just then?
I'm so happy. So happy.
Oh, I'm salivating, Mocklin. Oh,
Lorenzo, your XP trigger for wrecking, solving something by wrecking, is going to be hit tonight.
sorry.
Okay, now I want to pause for a second, and here's what I need to do, because I need to, in retrospect, give you a little bit of information from Naldo, who has come to the team to tell them what they need to do during this coming social season. And I'm doing this now with the understanding I really think we're moving to an actual activity, which is stopping this play and discrediting it, and I like that. Okay. I want to run that next time as a full up event, because I think it's going to be really cool. So what Naldo says to you guys over coffee the morning after is, we have 3 tasks we would like to see taken care of this season. Number 1, as you know, Loto has given you wide grace, but is getting impatient. We need to solve and avenge the murder of Victoria in such a way that does not implicate our house, but sends a message not to mess with our house. I truly understand the predicament that leaves you in as far as the knife edge of implication versus sending a message, but that is the direct words of Uncle Loto.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Next, the Dead Watchers from Necropolitan Hill still need support in trying to uncover the problems they're having with some disturbances out on Necropolitan Hill. Groups of people slipping in at night. There's found some diggings. There's something going on that the Watch has asked if the house would intervene. Bye-bye. The last piece is, I guess this doesn't apply to you anymore, Mocklin. The house must put its single men forward for the race of antlers. I assume that means Monty, Lorenzo, Pietro will run in the race of antlers.
No, Monty will not be racing. He is engaged.
He's engaged? This was not announced?
No. I'm announcing it now.
Ah.
It was pending approval of the
brother, and he's got that approval, I assure you. You can go and find Moon Delaval and speak to Ulrich, and he will tell you so. All you need to do is say, Mocklin says, can you confirm that this is correct?
Very well. I will stand on your word for that, and we will only push forward 2 runners.
But I think, Monty, thinking about it, I think you would look quite good as a goose running alongside the stags.
So those are your 3 activities. So with that,
I think, Naldo, if you could tell
Yes?
Uncle Tito, if you could tell Uncle Tito, Naldo, that I think the decision that Monty actually partakes or not should be down to him because he is actually engaged and betrothed. But I think it would be a fun sport.
I might do it.
I too will also partake in the race of stags. Although, please don't think that I'm going to actually get it finished.
But you are betrothed. You may not participate.
Yes. Well, she hasn't asked me personally, has she? And I've not gone down on.
It was confirmed in front of the entire crowd at the ball, and then you had the unfortunate dance.
So how about I partake in the race of the stag, but without the antlers? Therefore, they can't catch me. And I run with my coterie. So I run with the team. As a good friend would.
I will check the rules.
Would that be allowed, Naldo?
I will check the rules to see if that is even possible. And
I'll also get lumbered up.
But we do. There are positions on the rooftops above the course where you may cheer on your fellows.
I'll make sure that I have plenty of good rest because I feel that I might get slightly exhausted by the end of the race.
Very well.
And I start laughing.
You all know that the race is pending. It should be probably whatever you do next time with your disruption of the play. The odds are the very next event you will have after the downtime following that will be the race of stags, and we will see how that goes, because I bet you that people like Monty don't want to be caught because he's engaged and is therefore hopefully not going. I bet you Lorenzo really doesn't want to be caught and ransomed. I bet you Pietro doesn't want to be caught. That would be interesting.
Yeah.
And I wonder what plots and twists could be involved in that. Wonderful. Okay, with that, we are pushing towards 10 o'clock. I appreciate you guys doing this. I think the Discord worked as far as sound. I think we struggled with video the entire way through, but that's probably due to the limited bandwidth in my little village. We will see if that is how we continue. I'll talk with Rob a little bit offline on that. It's been a fun evening. I think you got some of the things you wanted done during your downtime. Yes, sir.
Can we do one more thing?
Please.
Coterie XP, please.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's do that. Okay. Let's talk it. And remember, you have special things for that.
We have.
Go ahead.
Trigger, yeah.
Run it.
So you overcame an obstacle with audacity or unorthodoxy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You contended with challenges above your current station.
Yes.
You bolstered your coterie's reputation or developed a new one.
I think we definitely bolstered it with the Corvetto.
Yes. I agree.
You expressed the goals, drives, inner conflict, or essential nature of the coterie.
Well, there's the inner conflict straight away with Moon Delaval and myself. She's a down arrow.
We are unorthodox, certainly, and that was very
I think you're doing well on your experience points so far. Very good.
So that gives us 4, which takes us to full.
Now we have a 5th trigger. Did we look out for the little guy? This one
we did.
Oh, we did.
We did.
We did with
the laundry people.
Yeah, with the
and the cleaners. They've got stuff to do now.
No,
and the ballroom.
We looked after the little people in the orphanage.
We looked after the orphans. You don't get much more little people than that.
No.
We looked after the little people. We saved them from that toiling.
Very good. Very good.
So do we get five XP then?
We got 5, so that puts us over the top and
Woo-hoo!
down.
Yeah, to 1.
Yeah.
So what are we going to do now? Are we going to go for?
We need to pick either a training, an upgrade, a training, an others, or a special ability.
What do you guys want to do?
Hang on, for the coterie.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no special abilities because you got well-earned acclaim.
Well-earned acclaim's quite a nice one.
Stronger together or not me us. There's no one that we
can help us with what we're going into in the coming season.
Open hearts to open eyes might be interesting. When you serve the people, take -2 exposure and any engagement or additional point of favor.
Where's that?
Where's that?
Under unique upgrades.
Where's that?
Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah, open hearts to open eyes.
Because that may come in. That may come into effect next session.
Or -2.
When you serve the people of Illyria, you take -2 exposure on any engagement or an additional point of favor.
Yeah.
Oh, can we get
anyway.
that as a unique upgrade because we XP'd up on the coterie, or does it have to be a special ability?
I think it's any of the ones.
I think it is, isn't it?
Okay. Okay.
Or we could go for training and choose a mind, body, or spirit, and that automatically puts 1 extra dice in whatever that is, isn't it?
That's also quite useful. Yeah.
On the character.
Or there is arcane wards under other. That's quite.
That could be quite handy.
Under other, where's other?
Okay, everybody think about it for just a second. I have to give 2 more pieces of information that were not that I thought you would stumble upon during this period, but you did not. And so I need to give these. I did not get a chance to let Mocklin know that he received a letter. The letter is in the hand of Moon de Lavelle. You recognize it immediately. It says, "Better the dagger you know?" ? And it smells of her perfume. That's it.
Okay, interesting.
And the other piece that I needed to say, and I didn't get a chance to, is Cadet Jorah, when talking with Sasha, mentions that their next actual mission he has been put in charge of is there's been sightings of sea monsters, supposedly, and under the funding of the Almare family, he is to lead an expedition to kill or capture one for study.
Oh my god.
More seafood.
Can we ask them to bring the 3rd collar to me when they
Very good.
We got to put him off. We got to tell him to reject that because
anyway, those are just pieces of information that we will deal with as we move forward.
GM, how can you do this?
and now
you're making it harder and harder every.
Is that not the point?
No. I think I'm going to have to make up a new ruling for blood magic because of how much influence it will take over. I think I should get it for hardly any stress.
Well, you have some blood.
You get your blood
you have some
from the GM.
Yeah. You have some blood. You have some collars. You have all sorts of good stuff.
Given the challenges we're facing, I think the arcane wards is probably quite a good one.
Yeah, that sounds like a good one.
Okay. What do you guys think?
Yep, I'd go with that.
Okay.
So we got arcane ward the house because we now live in the house. So
very good.
Arcane wards, that should come quite handy.
And that gives me the last piece of information that I needed to give that I had not given. And I would say that you go to talk to somebody about these arcane wards, Mocklin, who would you go to normally to talk? Would it be Owen?
No, I'll do it myself. I'm just going to put up a sign saying no eavesdropping, you motherfuckers.
Nice. Okay. Very good.
Yeah, no, I think I know how to do it, but again, I would go to Owen to make sure that what we need to do, you know, and if we can employ a good knack that's better than me, then that's what we need to do. But I want to vet the knack first.
Very good. So here's the last piece of information I will give you in the last waning minutes of our time together. Is when you go to the house of Owen, Hesperides is outside. There are numerous of the guard, the watch, wearing, of course, the new uniforms that you got them. They're questioning the servants. And as you walk up, Hesperides cocks his head and says, how may I help you?
I need to speak to you, but I'm here to see Owen.
I regret to inform you that Master Owen has been murdered.
Where's his body? And my tone drops to a very, very chilling and threatening tone. Where is his body?
Inside.
Take me to it.
He thinks a second, and then he says, yes, follow me.
Okay.
He leads you into the house. Owen, there was a struggle. He's been torn apart. You recognize what would probably be the marks of big pinchers. The one thing, and this is the last thing I will tell you before we end tonight, the one thing you see that is missing is the book on blood magic. Yes. With that said, we're done for the night. Woo! Yay!
Why is it? That's twice I've got a dun dun dun.
Yeah.
Okay, with lots of things to think about. I mean, you guys have pushed Moon Lavelle aside. You're winners. I mean, you should probably feel that joy in your heart.
Obviously, we haven't missed.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
We are allying with her to take down Cosimo.
That would be interesting. Really, the knife? Oh, the knife! The knife, you know?
I think he's a puppet. He's a puppet, and she's a puppeteer.
and in the last minutes, I have my title for this night's episode: Lobster Mayhem.
Yeah.
Well done. Hey guys, another fun night. I appreciate it. I'm going to go ahead and shut down the stream, and we'll chat for just 2 seconds. If you got 2 seconds, and then we'll carry on. All right.
Take care. Oh, what was that university that's been watching us on and off?
Oklahoma University, OU.
Hey guys, how you doing? Sorry, my hand's in the way. Hope you're studying well. Don't get too drunk, and well, actually, no, get plenty drunk, but still study hard. All right. Take care.
Good. Anybody else have things to say to the students at OU who watch our show?
Really?
I wonder if we could get a video of the students from OU, right? Cheerleading. Go on, guys, you can do it. Take out Moon Lavelle. That'd be fucking awesome.
Very good.
Whilst they're doing tumbles and backflips and shit.
Brilliant. All right. I'm going to kill this now. Wonderful.